The US Department of State announced new policy for the visa waiver program for 2024. If you plan to study, work, or visit the United States for tourism, you would like to hear this. I'm going to give you full details of what this announcement means. My name is Alaba. I'm a travel enthusiast and a content creator. If today is the first time here, welcome on board. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you. The Secretary of State placed more emphasis on the non-immigrant visas, namely the B1, B2 visas for tourists, the H1B visa for workers, and the F and M visas for students. The changes are implemented by the visa officers, and they have the discretion or authority to waive the in-person interview following some guidelines. Note that even after meeting these requirements, the visa officer or the consular can still request for an in-person interview. Criteria 1 is to apply in your country of residence or your country of nationality. For instance, if the applicant is from Nigeria, he or she can apply for the visa waiver in Nigeria. Okay, that's the first scenario. The second scenario is if the applicant lives in another country outside its country of nationality. For instance, if the applicant lives in, let's say, France, the applicant can also apply for the visa waiver in France. Okay. The second criteria is that the applicant must not have any refusal on his or her visa record. Or if the person have a refusal, he or she must have overturned the refusal. That is, if you have a prior refusal, you ought to have gone to the embassy to overturn the refusal by getting your visa approved or waived. Okay. The third criteria is ineligibility. You must not have a criminal record. Okay. Secondly, you must not have any immigration problem. That is, if you have overstayed in the past or you have issues with the authorities. Finally, the applicant must not pose any security risk. The other criteria includes that the visa must not be more than 48 months old. That is, it must be within the last 4 years. Okay, you have to calculate in some instances. For instance, if the visa expired, let's say in 2020, depending on the months and days before your next appointment, you have to calculate it if it's still within that time frame. All right. Okay. Also know that even if you meet all these requirements, the visa officer still have the autonomy or the authority to request the applicant for an interview. And lastly, note that this policy is subject to change by the government at any point in time. If you like this video, kindly give the video a like and share with your friends on all social media platforms. Thank you for your time and see you on the next one.